The styles of interaction can be slightly different. If you have a voice user interface, such as you find in the traditional systems, and then more recently, of course, now we have the voice assistants on our phone. And predominantly, there are two types of interaction that are used in these systems. One type is the one-shot dialogue. Now, that's where you say everything you want in one go. So, for example, what's the weather in Washington for next Thursday? And the system finds the answer and tells you, and that's it. Or you say, set an alarm for 7:30 tomorrow morning. It says alarm set, and that's it. It's a one-shot query. And if that works, and that's the way most of these systems are at the moment, that's fine. The other type is the system-directed dialogue, where you want to, for example, book a flight, and there are different parameters that have to be filled. The system needs to know where you want to go to, when, a date and a time, and maybe various other things, which particular airline. And when it's gathered all those different bits of information, we call that slot filling, then the system will then look up and find one or more flights that match those parameters. The third type is mixed initiative, which is sort of more in the future. It's what people are looking for, where you might be doing something like troubleshooting or getting advice on which insurance to take out, where it can't really just be handled with a one-shot query or simply slot filling. There's a sort of a negotiation goes on. The user maybe asks some questions as well, and that's called mixed initiative dialogue. Well, then when we move into messaging interfaces, these are more text-based. In some cases, not even text, it's buttons for the input, where the feedback that the user is going to say is simply just little buttons. They're called quick replies. At the next level, you can have fairly constrained text input, and then at a higher level, you have natural language understanding with open-ended input. And then sometimes these can be voice-enabled as well. Well, then we can interact with intelligent agents, such as the smart speakers that we have in the home, or with social robots. And there again, we have the same sorts of queries. But what might be in the future, again, is what we call open multi-turn dialogues. And these are dialogues that actually take much longer, will be mixed initiative. And in fact, tomorrow I'm giving a talk about that, about modeling conversation. Then there's the Internet of Things, where voice interaction is also possible. In some cases, it may be very restricted. If you're talking to the thermometer, there's not that many different things you're going to be able to say. You're just really adjusting the temperature. But again, there may be one-shot queries, like raise the temperature to 70 degrees. And in some cases, there may be slot filling dialogues as well, and even then open multi-turn dialogues.